I didn't really understand animals. When I was a kid, I used to love playing with them. I used to love holding them, but I never really understood them. My name is Joel, and welcome to my channel. When I was a kid, I would love to play with animals. My neighbor who would let me play with his dogs, I would love it because of the fact that I could go over whenever I wanted and I could play with their dogs, I could feed them, I could walk them, and they would be okay with that. And it was the best thing because I was a kid and I didn't really have time to take care of them. I didn't have time to be able to feed them. I didn't have time to do all that on my own. And this way, like, I would come after school or after a school activity, and then I could spend a little bit of time with them. I could spend a bit of time that I had with them and then do other things. I could still live my life. Because I was a kid myself, I didn't know really a lot of responsibilities. I had my responsibility of taking care of my chores, which was cleaning my room, doing vacuuming, and doing the little bit around the house. And then making sure my schoolwork was finished, and then I got to play sports. And then I would have the ability to still go to different trips with my family, and I wouldn't have to worry about the animals because I knew, hey, it's the neighbor's animal or the neighbor's pet or the neighbor's dog, and they would be taken care of. Like, I could come over whenever and play with them, and then I could feed them, help them out, and do a little bit of things. But at the same time, it's just I didn't have one in my house because I knew I couldn't take care of it. I knew I wasn't responsible enough to be able to take care of it. I was lucky enough to have amazing neighbors that let me play with their dogs. The way I learned about dogs and animals is by this one employer that I used to work for. They had a client and one of the employees brought in a pit bull. I knew nothing about pit bulls. I knew nothing about how to take care of them or anything like that. I just thought they were like any other animal or any other dog. I thought that you could just pet them and they would be sweet and loving, which they are. So one day I went into the office. I went into the client's employee's office and I asked whether it was okay for me to come in, and she said yes. She came in and unlocked the door, and then she was standing right next to me. And then she said, the dog is okay, and you can pet him if you want. And then when the dog was coming up to me, I raised my hand like this, thinking that that's how you normally just pet an animal, and everything would be good. But as soon as I put my hand up, she grabbed my hand immediately, put it right next to my side, and just stayed quiet for a few seconds. She waited until her dog went up to her and went back. After her dog went back behind the desk, then she asked me, do you know anything about animals? And I said, a little. And then she said, you never raise your hand like that to any type of dog or animal, because you don't know whether they are okay with that or not. You never know if they've been from an abused home or not. You never know what type of situation they're in or not. You could actually run into a dog or animal that's been in an abused home. And if you run into one of those, if you do something like that, the first thing that they're going to think is you're attacking. And if you're attacking, they're going to attack you right back. They will bite your hand off. And it's not their fault because they were abused or they were not treated right. The reason she said that is because her pit bull was from an abusive house because they put him in dog fights, and the dog was a rescue. She taught me, here's how you do it. So after she taught me a little bit that you keep your palm down and you let them sniff the front of your palm. The reason you let them sniff the front of your palm is because then they'll see that it's okay, that they'll see that you're okay, that you're not trying to threaten them, you're not trying to be domineering towards them, and that you're not attacking them. Because other animals attack like this. they never go like this. And owners who have been abusive, they know how to do different tricks to get the dog to obey them, because they've been abused, the dogs. So the dogs know, hey, this is my master now, he's been abusing me, and either I do what he says or he'll attack me again. And it's constantly bred into that dog fear. Fear for standing up, fear for fighting for yourself, fear for just living a normal life. And that's what she taught me. She taught me how to show any animal that you mean no harm, that you're here just to be there, and you're just walking past or just being nice, or you're not trying to threaten their life. In return, they won't do the same. Well, then the dogs will feel comfortable around you. The dog will show you love like no other. Because the dog, even though it's been abused and it's been in a damaged home, it'll know, it'll relearn, okay, this is what real love is. But it doesn't mean that it won't have that pain inside of it. The reason I wanted to make this video is not because I wanted to show, hey, this is what I know about animals, or this is what I know about dogs and cats and rabbits and horses or goats or any of these type of animals. The main reason that I wanted to make this video is to show that there are some people who are showing videos, pictures, and trying to get their animals to do different tricks. They're trying to get their animal to stick out, to be a hit, be a star, either on YouTube, Instagram, Snapchat, or any of the different platforms. They're doing whatever they need to do. Some people are even tying up their dogs from the front and getting on top of a horse, or trying to stand up high and get them to run around. And most animals, like some animals might be able to do that. Some animals just don't have it into them to do it. You're basically abusing the animal. You're abusing them to force them to walk on their hind legs when they have no strength to do it. Yes, you're trying to say, hey, I'm training them to do it. There's training that's trying to train them to, hey, not to poop here, not to poop there, or go in their litter box, or there's their food, not anywhere else, and when to obey and when not to obey, meaning when to attack somebody that's about to hurt the family or the person or people that you care about, versus, hey, just go attack random strangers just because. So please, for the people that are trying to get their dog or cat or animal to do something unique and different, be mindful. Be mindful of what you try to get them to do. There's some things that are cool, awesome, and if they can learn it on their own, like skateboarding or something simple like that, or even peeing in their toilet or something, that's all good. But don't tie them up and try to get them to walk on their hind legs and not take care of them properly because they didn't do it right, or because they aren't able to do it, or because you can't make them an instant star where you're making a ton of money off of it. So before you start doing that stuff, think, please. My name is Jawad, and thanks for watching.